We said unity between teachers and students, and a community where everyone feels welcome and gets involved.
Okay, so we had what makes you want to come to school and what activities do you find engaging. So we got our key points were accepting, welcoming, and inclusive environments. So school environments are really important. Makes you feel like you belong and that you're accepted. Varied programming, including extracurriculars. This was a big thing. So sports, that was big. Targeted to the varied interests in students, so different sports that they ask for, different extracurricular activities, and different classes that are geared toward what they would like to do in post-secondary education. And also teachers and good teachers. I know a lot of students wrote down teachers' names and a lot of stickers are beside them, so good teachers and fun classes.
Alright, so ours was how we all can be treated fairly. We had a bunch of ideas. We actually got to narrow it down to our top 7. So the first one is eliminating cliques based on where you go to school. And one of the big ones that we heard of was actually that at Waterdown, it's based on where you sit and where you hang out. So that's obviously a big one when it comes to social groups. Also, there should be more of a grade 9 welcome. I know at some schools, grade 9s are scared to walk down the hallways, and they shouldn't feel scared to come to school. Everybody should be welcome here. The next one is gender bias in sports. There's a lot of biases at schools. For example, some schools pay more attention to the boys' sports, example, boys' football, rather than the girls' basketball. The next one is more course opportunities at school. I know here at Highland we don't have a religion course, which I know a lot of people will be interested in taking as an elective in grade 11 or 12. And that way, if we're able to learn more about different religions, maybe we would be more tolerant of everybody at our schools. Also, that might help the teachers to be a little less biased, because I know some people that's hard to believe, but there are teachers who are very biased towards certain students. The next one is about students handing work in on time. A lot of us work so hard to get things in on the due date, and people get to hand it in late without any consequence at all. Most schools have a policy where you can hand it in until it's handed back, and I know that that's in effect here at Highland. And there should, instead of maybe giving consequences to the people who are handing it in late, maybe give rewards to the people who worked hard to actually hand it in on time. And our last one is definitely just kind of in general social groups and trying to bring everybody together so that we're all treated fairly.
Alright, so I was part of the program choices group there, and we found that most students replied that more programs would equal more opportunities. It's a pretty simple one. There were suggestions for new courses, some of them like financial literacy, international development, a whole bunch of different ideas for courses there. The one major problem is that it would be hard to take all these great courses due to the restrictions as they're required for the required courses, which would create timetable issues. And it would also be great if co-op was smaller, like maybe weeks or days where you would go to workplaces to figure out what those workplaces would be about, instead of having a whole semester.
So I was from how can we achieve, help you achieve in school. There was a lot about having more help directly from the classroom. So talk about teachers and course options, learning methods. There's a lot about taking leadership opportunities and things that we can do directly in the classroom, such as no cell phones or having one-on-one time with your teachers. There's a lot about talking about the workload, and that because of the great workload we need more help with our assignments from teachers, or that we want our teachers to understand that we have lives too, and that there's a big workload. And also a lot of students wanted more independence in the classroom, so more independent work, less coddling from teachers. And yeah, students, there was a lot about students wanting to have teachers that they could relate to, a lot about seniority, on how they think that younger teachers can relate better to the students themselves. And that was all.
Hi, our group did the open forum,
And the three things that we found that really stood out was the school spirit issues, the announcement board issues, and the school sheltering the students too much. So within the school spirit issues, there was a lot of talk about how kids should gain something from either volunteering or participating in something, and that there should be a healthy competition, whether it's within the school or within other schools together, to bring the schools together. And there is a lot of talk about persuading or bribing the students with food, so that was a huge issue. Another thing was with the announcement boards, that there should be more awareness that there is an announcement board so people know what's going on, and that it should be bigger. And the last issue was that people should stop sheltering the students, specifically the teachers, because they kind of restrict dances or, and that there should be different student council members for each grade so everybody has their opinion counted.